Alright guys, Marlon here, and today I'm gonna go check out the new Disney and Pixar movie, Coco. Now, let me explain. I know Coco doesn't come out in the United States till November 22nd, Thanksgiving weekend, but I'm not in the United States right now. I'm in Mexico. I'm running some errands with my mom, but Coco just came out here yesterday, October 27th. Now, it fully makes sense. Coco, it's a Day of the Dead movie, and Day of the Dead is just in a few days here in Mexico. So it would only make sense for them to actually release Coco just a few days before Day of the Dead. And I could watch this movie in four different ways. I could watch it in 2D, 3D, or I could watch it in IMAX 2D or in 4DX. Now, for me, it's between the IMAX and the 4DX experience because I know that Coco won't be in the United States in IMAX, but they will have it in other big screens like Dolby Cinema and Cinemark XD, so around the same thing, but it's not IMAX. But I'm leaning more towards the 4DX because there's no 4DX theater in Las Vegas. The closest 4DX theater by my house is all the way in LA, 3 hours away, and of course I don't want to travel that much to see a movie. And it's $20 for 4DX in LA, and here it's 159 pesos, which is $8.50 in US dollars. So yeah, I'm about to leave to the theater right now, and right when I get home, I'm gonna do the usual thing, review the movie and review the experience of whichever way I choose to watch this movie. So let's head to the theater. And because I'm in a different place, I'm not sure how this movie day is going to go well because I could possibly get in trouble for, you know, recording my movie day in a theater here in Mexico. I don't know how the rules work here. I'm going to try my best. So anyways, let's head to the theater. Alright guys, so as you guys could see, I'm not in Mexico anymore. I'm back here at home. And while I was in Mexico, as you guys know, I checked out Coco. Eventually, I went for the 4DX showing. I'll tell you more towards the end of how I felt about the overall 4DX experience. And yes, after the actual review for Coco, I will be giving just a quick thought on the short film that they showed before this, the Olaf's Frozen Adventure, I believe it was called. So yeah, so anyways, let's just move on to the review. So in Coco, we have a kid named Miguel. He loves music. He wants to be a musician when he grows up, like his idol Ernesto de la Cruz. Then Miguel finds a guitar that Ernesto de la Cruz once used before, so Miguel plays it, and after he plays it, he finds himself in the land of the dead. So Miguel goes on a journey to find the real story behind his family history. The best way to describe Coco is the Book of Life meets Kubo and the Two Strings. Because of the marketing, I was a bit skeptical about this movie, but yet I was excited because it's a Pixar movie. Coco is an absolute delight, and it only gets better by the day. Being a Hispanic, I know a movie that captures the Mexican spirit when I see one, and Coco is definitely one of those movies. Unlike the Book of Life, which is still, don't get me wrong, a movie that I still really like, my main problem with the Book of Life is that it's basically the same concept as Coco. It's just more Americanized, and it doesn't feel like it has that, spirit of the Day of the Dead and all that. And in this movie, it actually feels like Pixar actually did the research to see how this, tradition of Day of the Dead actually works. And yes, indeed, this movie is a heavy subject matter film. One thing that this movie did is that it takes a very dark turn in the final act of the movie. A very dark turn that actually has to deal with the death of a character in this movie, and it even has to deal with murder. And I will say Pixar actually had guts to actually put that in this movie. Also, the pacing is very good, and it makes the movie go by quicker than it actually is. Now, I saw this movie in Spanish, so for the voice acting, I can't really give my opinion on the English voice acting, but some of the voice actors that actually do the voices for the characters in Spanish also do the voices for those same characters in English. So I assume that the English voice acting for this movie is just as good as the Spanish voice acting was. But the animation, it's absolutely beautiful and visually breathtaking. I guess my only complaint with this movie is that this movie is actually shorter than it needs to be. I really think that this movie could have really used those 20 minutes that they used in the beginning for that Olaf short film, which, by the way, it did not at all need to be 20 minutes long, but it was 20 minutes long. It could have used those 20 minutes and it could have explored this world more, and they could have saved that Olaf short film for just like a Disney Channel special, but not play it in front of Coco. It's just like an extra, 40 minutes? If you count the trailers and the short film, it's 40 damn minutes to get to the actual movie itself. Before I get to my final score on the actual movie itself, here are my thoughts on Olaf's Frozen Adventure. Whose idea was it to make this a 20-minute short film and play it before Coco? If they wanted to play before Coco, it should have at most been like 8 minutes long, but if they wanted to make it 20 minutes long, air it on Disney Channel, not before Coco. It has nothing to do with the actual movie itself. Don't get me wrong, it was still cute, but it didn't need to be that long. And as for the 40X experience, I did think that it was a fun experience. There are a lot of scenes where the movie actually works and benefits from the 40X. There are some scenes, especially towards the last act of the movie, where all the action starts happening, like when they throw characters into like water splashes right at you. There's this one creature in this movie where it kind of, it flies and the seats fly along with that character and they have air just like going right at you. There was this one scene where there was this character falling, and then once they grab that character, there's this one thing that pokes you in the back. I thought that was a fun thing to add to the 40X experience. My only complaint with the 40X experience is that there are some scenes where they use the 40X when they're not supposed to use the 40X. For example, when the characters are walking, the seats move with the characters walking, and it just kind of makes it distracting. I was excited to see this movie in 3D, but the 3D itself, there's nothing to the 3D. I forgot I was even watching this movie in 3D. I thought I was watching the movie in 2D just with the 3D glasses on. There's nothing that pops right at you. There's barely any depth into the 3D, and it just makes the picture darker. So I do not recommend the 3D because there's just nothing to it. But Coco is definitely full prize worthy, and I'm going to give Coco an A-. I've said this a lot for a lot of the animated movies I've reviewed this year, and I will say it again. This has been a really disappointing year for animated movies. There are only 2 movies that I could consider great that came out this year. Of course, Cars 3 and the Lego Batman movie. Now with Coco, there are 3 great animated movies. So that's good. Pixar is doing great this year with their animated movies. I thought Cars 3 was a really good film, and now I think that Coco is also a really good film. Both of them are great films. Of course, Coco is the better film, and Coco is the second best animated movie that I've seen this year. I still think that the Lego Batman movie is a little bit more better. I cannot wait to watch this movie again, this time in English, and hopefully in Dolby Cinema, so we'll see about that closer to when it comes out here in the United States. But anyways, that's my review for Coco. This movie is worth your time and money, most definitely. Do check out this movie when it comes out to theaters in the United States on November 22nd, Thanksgiving weekend. So go see it with your family, you'll have a really good time. Anyways, if you guys saw this movie already, what did you guys think about it? Tell me in the comment section down below. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.